Are you looking for something new, fresh, intense, and binge-worthy in 2024? From edge-of-your-seat thrillers to mind-bending sci-fi and heart-pounding drama, we have got a list that will leave you hooked. Welcome back to FilmHead. Today, we're diving into 10 brand new series that have just hit the screens in 2024. So let's start. Number 10, Don't Come Home. The mind-bending adventure, Don't Come Home, delves into one of the most intricate storylines we've seen in a long time. At the heart of this gripping Netflix series is a twist that leaves viewers both haunted and fascinated. A mother who time travels and ends up becoming both her own mother and daughter. This paradox is woven into the story with such careful detail that every episode deepens the mystery, keeping viewers enthralled as they try to unravel the timelines. The emotional complexity intensifies when the protagonist's adoptive mother utters the chilling words, "Don't come home," upon discovering the impossible truth that her adopted daughter is, in fact, her woman who traveled back to her daughter. It's a twist that raises profound questions about identity, family bonds, and the sacrifices we make for those we love. It's hard to turn away from Don't Come Home since each episode is so full with revelation and suspense. Anyone who likes exciting, complex stories should definitely watch this series, which is a masterwork in storytelling. Netflix has produced a genuine masterpiece that will continue to captivate you long after you've finished watching it. Number 9, Like a Dragon, Yakuza. This show brought back so many cool memories and moments from a video game story of Yakuza/Ryuga Gotaka games. Everything is super on point, from characters, to places, to in-game items, to Kiryu's fight moves, to mini-games and sub-stories. The timelines and sequences are done perfectly just like the games. If you are a gamer who's expecting everything to happen exactly like the games, just do everyone a favor and steer clear. The casting was good, but they didn't know what to do with a few of the characters. They definitely took a very different spin on the story compared to the games, most of which was interesting in a way. The story was reworked to a more serious tone, but it made more sense. Even though the series deleted one part of the story, it also added something of its own because what it deleted was done in the game story to fix the unfinished part of the story of the previous games. And this means that in the series the story looks more meaningful and finished that. Number 8, Go Ahead, Brother. This is absolutely fantastic. Best crime thriller web series. The acting, direction, writing, music and pace are all spot on. There's not a wasted moment, and the action scenes are awesome and utterly gripping. Simply, Go Ahead, Brother tells the story of Oscar, a policeman who suffers a panic attack during a tactical operation that leads to the death of one of his colleagues. He loses his job, and as a result of that, he is unable to pay off the massive debt that his father has amassed. Frustrated with his dad's parasitic nature, Oscar tells him to kill himself, and the old man does exactly that. This causes the burden of the debt to shift to Oscar, his sister, Marta, and her husband, Silwek. The central cast of Go Ahead, Brother is really good. Piotr Witkowski is great at portraying panic attacks. He has a magnetic screen presence, and with a better script, his charisma would have been really palpable. He is fantastic during the action sequences. Number 7, Furies. It is a classic French action genre to the core, but it also adds surprising twists and turns that will really make you want to watch the next episode. Every time. Some complaints about how realistic gunfight sequences are exaggerated emo. The action scenes are nice, but the show is like unrealistic for some series lovers maybe. The scenes are well done, keeping up the speed to delivery without any fillers on romance and drama. The unfolding of events, twists, reveals and all moments are good enough for a pizza and action watch time. The actors are great, and most of the fight scenes are realistic enough to keep going till the end. The show has a respectable narrative, some solid action sequences, and is entertaining to watch. If you're searching for a fun weekend filled with intrigue, gangs, and mystery, the plot twist on the end really makes you want to know what happens next, but you'll have to wait till season 2 comes. Number 6, The Frog. The frog refers to an old Korean saying, "A frog dies from a stone thrown inadvertently," which means people's actions can have unintended negative consequences for others. The Frog is a pulse-pounding mystery thriller that seamlessly blends psychological tension with a high-octane narrative, making it a standout in the genre. At across 2 distinct timelines, the series intricately weaves the fates of 2 men, John Young-ha and Koo Sang-joon, whose lives are irrevocably altered by the presence of mysterious strangers and tragic events. In parallel universe, the show returns to the summer of 2000, when Sang-joon, a decent hotel owner, encounters a new sort of horror. Offering a lodging to a stranded stranger during the IMF crisis is a simple act of goodwill that turns into an unimaginable catastrophe that destroys the victim's family and means of subsistence. The show examines Sang-joon's psychological breakdown as he struggles with shame, public disdain, and the gradual breakdown of his once contented life. In essence, The Frog is a suffocating, high-stakes drama that examines the devastating consequences of guilt, obsession, and the human capacity for both resilience and destruction. Number 5. Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Jurassic World Chaos Theory is an American science fiction action-adventure animated television series on Netflix and is the second television series in the Jurassic Park franchise. It serves as a direct sequel to Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, and takes place between the events of the films Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World Dominion. One of the best shows to watch as Chaos Theory surpassed the expectations and found it more exciting. Season 2 also equally great and added more tension and suspense. A big thumbs up for Jurassic fans, and also Nibbler 6 became family, as I am also praying for Thea's safety and connecting to Thea emotions while watching. DreamWorks translated the movies into animation form pretty well, and this is well in line with the movies in terms of the tone. This show is as family-friendly as the movies get, actually less so than Dominion. The route Chaos Theory takes is different from Dominion, at least in Season 1. The show focuses on the western United States, specifically how dinosaurs affect people's lives, and it does confirm that there was a lot more going on than Fallen Kingdom implied, and that's no spoiler. Overall, this show was incredible, and it is a welcome addition to the Jurassic franchise in my book. Number 4. Citadel, Diana. Citadel, Diana follows the traditional parameters of a spy drama, with a main character involved in a top-secret mission who happens to fall for the enemy. Diana is a great lead, and despite having to box her emotions, you could feel her emotions in every scene. She was well casted and likable. The technology elements were fun to watch and the action was perfect. Certain scenes had me like, damn, they really took it there, lol. The weapon changes were cool too, and the camera angles were intriguing. The soundtrack was also pretty dope. The show would have certainly benefited by having more scenes in gorgeous Milano and from more beautiful views like the one of Sicily. It feels like a wasted opportunity to not show off the fabulous locations. Overall, Citadel, Diana has promising moments, such as specific action sequences and its weaponry design, that don't pay off in the long run. Although the series is short, with only 6 episodes to indulge in, its lack of substance prevents it from having a lasting impression on the viewer. Number 3. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. This show was done very well. The animation style reflected that of a blend of anime and cartoons similar-ish to that of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, leaning more toward the latter. The series has masterfully humanized Lara, making her more compelling and relatable by giving her depth, vulnerability, and a more athletic, realistic appearance, muscles and all reflecting the strength that women can naturally possess. The evolution of Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider series beautifully bridges the gap between the classic and modern games, weaving clever Easter eggs and storylines that honor her roots while pushing the character forward. The show's focus on archaeology and puzzles rekindled the adventurous spirit that made Tomb Raider iconic, engaging both old fans and new audiences. The finale definitely set up Season 2, and Lara looked ready to take charge. Watch it with an open mind, appreciate it for what it is, and you'll enjoy the ride.
Everything's so dramatic with you.
Number 2. Terminator Zero. Terminator Zero is a fresh and extremely well-written take on the Terminator universe. As a 90s kid who was captivated by the first Terminator movie and its awe-inspiring concept, I believe that this new extension to the Terminator universe is a refreshing take compared to many of the recent films. The core theme of machines rising up against humanity, intertwined with the complexities of artificial intelligence, resonates well with the modern era we live in. The storyline delves into profound questions about the nature of sentient beings, a mystery that continues to intrigue us as we strive to understand what truly defines consciousness. The story was great and well-paced with time travel-based twists and surprises that keep you hooked. And the series didn't entirely focus on the typical nail-biting action or horror of the movies. Unlike the films after T2, the characters are fleshed out and interesting. Plus, there's some truly heartwarming moments between Malcolm, his children, and their mysterious housekeeper, Misaki. Overall, I think people would like the concept and story itself. 7.5% for a more precise rating because there's a couple of facets that could be improved. Number 1. Territory. Territory is a captivating series that pulls you in with its well-crafted storyline and stellar character performances. The plot is incredibly engaging, keeping you on the edge of your seat as each episode unfolds. The writers have woven together suspense, emotion, and drama in a way that leaves you constantly guessing what will happen next. Every twist and turn adds a new layer to the story, making it impossible to predict and even harder to stop watching. Territory tells of a dysfunctional Aussie cattleman family bent on keeping their fortunes. Under the directions of a firm and disciplined patriarch, the family's cattle ranching ambitions kept torn apart by greedy rogue businessmen, opportunists, thieves, and indigenous peoples wanting to keep their land, cultures, and traditions. Coupled with young aspiring cattlemen, the drama drags an interesting intertwining of greed, love, sex, jealousy, and fortunes on who will divide the Lawson's lands. If you're looking for a series that combines a gripping narrative with top-notch acting, Territory is a must-watch. It's the kind of show that stays with you long after the credits roll.